Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio, we have two veterans who are going to be talking about the SILD, the Southern Indiana Leatherneck Detachment, and specifically we're going to talk about the Honor Flight and find out more about that and some events that they have coming up, and the Vet Center, which is in Huntingburg. We welcome to the studio Steve Lindauer. Steve is the PAO for the Southern Indiana Leatherneck Detachment and a Marine. We also have with us Pat O'Keefe, and Pat is a United States Air Force veteran and an associate member of the SILD. But I think before we get started, Pat, you're in the Air Force, but you're part of a Leatherneck detachment. How did that happen, or why?
I got involved with the Marine Corps League in 2006 during a tough time. And I followed them closely. It seemed to me that they did more and with more spirit than some of the other organizations. Now, I'm not downtrodden anybody here. I am a life member of the VFW. I'm a member of the American Legion. But I am active in the Marine Corps League, strongly active.
I think that brings a point that you don't have to be a Marine to be in the SILD. You don't even have to have been a veteran. You can just be a patriot, as you mentioned.
Exactly.
In one of the shows that we did.
Yes, sir.
So, that's important. If you'd like to be a member of the SILD, you can join.
Certainly can. There's a little bit of a designation difference. I wear the Eagle Globe and Anchor on my starburst on my collars, and Pat's got a Marine Corps League. So uniforms are relatively close to the same. He's got a lot more ribbons on his chest because he spent a lot more time in the Air Force than I did in the Marine Corps. But I'm honored to have Pat. He's been excellent. He's not only become a close friend, but truly a patriot. He's puts in a lot of his own time and energy into the events that we do. I can't say enough good things about how much we appreciate his participation.
Well, let's talk about one of the most terrific things I think that has ever occurred, and that is the Honor Flight.
Yes, sir.
And could one of you explain really what the Honor Flight is for those that may not really realize what it is?
Pat, I'm going to turn that over to Pat, because Pat, your title for that is actually, he's more than just minorly involved. Pat is actually, your title is what?
I am the chairman of the fundraiser committee for 7 of the eastern counties down here in Southern Indiana. Honor Flight, Southern Indiana, based in Evansville, has been an organization for not quite a year. We are a 501c3 organization. We are a separate entity. We are Honor Flight, Southern Indiana. And it's our pleasure to be able to serve the World War II veterans first. We take them on an airplane to Washington, D.C. We take 70 of them. We take 70 guardians and a medical staff. We take backup oxygen. We take extra clothing, whatever they might need. With the average age being, some flights it's 89, some flights it's 92.
Wow.
And it's an opportunity for them to go to the World War II Memorial specifically first. That's their memorial. It's the last memorial that was built, which is a shame. Mm-hmm. But it is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And it's just amazing. It's an honor to be part of it. It's an honor to serve these guys. These are members of the greatest generation we ever had. We wouldn't be able to do what we do today if it wasn't for them. Mm-hmm. So we try to honor them with the respect, the dignity, and the camaraderie that they deserve.
I'm sure that this means a lot to the veterans, but it also means a lot to the families of the veterans as well.
Absolutely. It's basically a 2-day event. We do a meet and greet the day before the flight. We assign the veterans to specific groups. We have a red group, a white group, and a blue group. And that's so when we get to D.C., and we are on the airplane as well, that the bus captains can identify the individuals that they're caring for. Not only, of course, each veteran has a guardian, but this bus captain is in charge of those 22 to 25 that are on his bus. So he sees a red shirt, he knows that's his guy. And also so we can keep the head count, so we don't lose anybody. We had to purchase 70 wheelchairs, transportable type wheelchairs. So we have a wheelchair for every veteran. A lot of them don't want it because they're tough. They're tough. But come somewhere during the day, they're going to need it because they do a lot of walking.
Yes.
Either there or their escort, one or the other.
Yeah, well, there was a case where an escort was in a wheelchair and a veteran was pushing it, but we really don't want to do that.
Yeah.
This organization, based out of Evansville, is tremendous. We're dedicating 98.4% of the money that we raise directly toward the cost of this endeavor. And to let you know, the May flight, May 30th, which is our next one, out of Evansville Regional Airport, is $56,900. That's for one flight. We have to charter a jet. We have to charter buses in Indianapolis, or in, Washington, D.C. We have to provide them lunch and everything else that we do. And it's a tremendous breakdown. There's a lot of things that the committee does in preparation for this, for their safety, for their service, and that they have a great experience. And when they come home, it's a homecoming. It's a homecoming they didn't get. World War II veterans were still deployed overseas, in Europe, in Asia, and everywhere else. And they were having all the ticker tape parades in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. They weren't there.
They were still serving.
They were still gone. So when they come home and they get off this flight, we do a lot at the airport to make them feel good. We have flag lines. We have Rolling Thunder. We have the Patriot Guard. We have color guards. The exit road is lined with fire trucks and garrison-sized flags. And it's just tremendous. This area, this community, this Southern Indiana is so veteran-rich. And they are so empowered to support all of this stuff. It's really good to be able to work in communities that are going to support our veterans. And this area does that. It's very, very, very strong. Steve and I were able to experience this firsthand in 2012 when we took Sergeant Lee Broker from Huntingburg and sponsored him and put him on the flight out of Indianapolis. We participated as the color guard for that event, and it was truly an honor for us. But when they came home, we saw something that we can't explain. You got to experience it. It's unbelievable.
It was neat. Some of these guys that
Wow.
could barely walk got up out of their wheelchairs because there was it was in the early spring, so it wasn't outside. It was inside in a big armory up there. And so there was like a walking path, whatever that you might say, and there were just literally thousands of people that walking them back home. And every time these big doors came up and this another busload of guys came on, and they were just clapping and waving and crying, and they had these 40s girls like the Andrews sisters. They were dressed up and they had lipstick and they were kissing some of these old guys, and these guys that were in their 90s were had grins on their faces this big from these girls kissing them on the cheek, and it just made you feel proud. It really did. It was the neatest thing in the world to welcome them back. It was an honor to be a part of it. It was real cool.
And, you know, folks, and if you want to help in any way, they can, I'm sure, just make a contribution at any time of the year. I know that you guys do a lot of fundraising events to pay for that, but they also, folks can just make a contribution.
That's part of the reason we're here today. Pat's got an impassioned plea for exactly that.
Honor Flight Southern Indiana is a separate organization. It's not the Marine Corps League. The Marine Corps League is a supporter and a provider to help these veterans in this organization achieve this goal. As I said earlier, I'm the fundraising chairman for some of the southeastern counties, and we need money. As I said, it's $56,900 to put on the one flight. So we need to raise a lot of money. So anybody, corporations, please, private individuals, retail organizations, whatever, whoever, they can contact myself at pjo2567@yahoo.com, and I will get the information to you to make a donation. If you have a veteran who you would like to get on this flight, contact me. I'll get the applications to you. Applications are also available off the Honor Flight Southern Indiana Facebook page, and soon we will have our website up. It's not up yet, so we're using the Facebook page for that. But folks around here, please call me, let me know. My phone number is 812-630-2567. I'll take your call, I'll help you, I'll get you the information. Please call me, because I want to do everything I can for these guys. And we want to have more flights. And as I said, this first flight is May 30th out of the Evansville Regional Airport. We charter a jet, it's a direct flight. Our second flight of the year is going to be October 24th out of the Evansville Airport as well. So if you want to give money, get a hold of me. If you've got a veteran, get a hold of me. If you want to volunteer to be a guardian, get a hold of me. If you want to volunteer and help with the meet and greet or the welcome home party, call me. If not, message us on our Facebook page. We will get back to you. We will help you.
All right, well, let's talk about one of the fundraisers to kind of make sure that we keep everything in time here. You have a golf tournament coming up?
Yep, Pat's heading that one up too.
Okay, all right.
The golf tournament is going to be the second Saturday in October. It'll be a shotgun start at noon. The cost is $40 per golfer. That includes your cart. And we have some food available. You have to purchase your own beverages. We can't provide those due to state law. But that's okay. We'll give you some food. We'll take care of you. There's some tremendous prizes. Normally we have foursome qualifications for the Donald Ross course, Sultan's Run, and Buffalo Trace, as well as the course at English. Ron Cheater will kill me.
Well, there's really
The English golf course.
English golf course. Maybe that hurt.
Lucas Oil Golf
Okay.
Course.
All right, there you go.
Sorry, Ron.
Okay, so and that information will be available as
You can get all of this by visiting our website. There's links.
There's a link for the golf
Right.
scramble. It is one of our major
fundraising
fundraisers.
events, right.
Okay.
It's a great day. We have a lot of fun. And just get a hold of me.
SILDmarines.com.
Correct.
Okay. Now, to wrap up the show, Steve, if you could kind of talk a little bit about the Vet Center.
Yeah, we do support the Vet Center in Huntingburg in coordination with the Evansville Vet Center. Doctors Rochelle and Ryan Shear have supplied an office for us over there in Huntingburg. So if there's anyone that needs readjustment counseling, or any family member that you believe needs readjustment counseling, we do have by appointment every Tuesday, and you can contact us at 812-473-5993. Again, it's 812-473-5993. So for readjustment counseling, for an appointment for a Tuesday. We encourage you veterans, and this message I'm going to, sometimes we all think we're tough, and we don't need that sort of thing, but maybe you do. Maybe it's just a talk, and if the family member doesn't, and I know there's guys out there, I know a few guys that are just very angry about what they went through and confused about a lot of things, but my encouragement is to do this for those guys you lost. Do it in their honor. Come back here and benefit society, benefit yourself. You've served with honor. You had some friends that didn't make it back. I challenge you to honor their memory by getting your stuff straight.
It takes more courage to go than it does not to go.
Correct.
So guys, stand up. You stood up for us when you served. Stand up for yourself. It's your time now.
Yeah.
We'll help you.
Okay.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our guests have been Pat O'Keefe. He's the associate member with the Southern Indiana Leatherneck Detachment, and the PAO for the SILD. That is Steve Lindauer. Thanks, gentlemen. Thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We're local people watching local people.